There's duck. So, for those of you that weren't following, I ended up in a big war with the Holy Roman Empire, which went rather badly wrong because my best mate, the Emperor of Byzantium, suffered an internal problem and promptly wasn't available to help me out in my big war.
Should have noticed this when it happened.
Yes, and we really should have paid attention to it and maybe backed out early on before we'd spent all of our nice money. So now we are reduced to hanging around waiting for the next crusade in about another 11 or 12 years, hopefully.
When you say the Emperor suffered an internal problem, not in the Okami sense.
No, in the more... well, it kind of depends. There may have been poison involved. Who knows? It's the Byzantine finding out what happened to him. So I now have no money, exactly the same empire size I had 5 minutes ago. But on the plus side, my threat has gone down quite a lot because I didn't actually meet any of the things. Right, so revolt-wise, we are doing well. Let's get the Marshal researching some military tech in Middlesex. I do have one spare county for the purposes of trying to bribe my way into people's things. Oh dear, we're going to lose Lithuania.
Yes, because that's probably that being a title loss means that it will go to probably go to the wrong son. So yes. So it will go to Otter, where the Empire goes to Brock.
Right. So that's expected. Let's dismiss that one for now. Right. Kingdom of Scotland usurping costs money. We can't afford to do it, even though we want to do it right now. So let's do that and see if we can. He should be fairly in favour of us because we tried to. Thing. 1% chance. You must be joking.
So.
Yes, well, Carlman is a bit of a risk because he's heir to the Duchy of Thingy, which might take him out of the thing.
The thing.
So is he's currently a count, is he?
Yes.
So he's currently a count of Buchan, and he's heir to
the Duchy of Saxony, which is why we
tried to invade Saxony.
Yes.
So.
Claire!
State. Anyway, so she's... Yes. I find that very kind of distracting and So she's married to the Duke of... Oh, so she's the Countess, but her son... I think it's her son. No, it's not her son.
Well,
so
her heir in respect of the no, he's not the. Okay, so who is the heir to her count? Is it that county inside? Yes, is in your territory, and right, the heir to that county is Ulrich von Tessau, who is also heir to a duchy outside of your realm.
Right, well, I don't think there's a lot we can do about that.
Well, yes, you probably can't gratuitously rescind it. The other question is, does he have a claim on the thing that he might inherit?
Big claims farm.
Obviously, you can.
Jacob's in the rearview mirror. Is he?
No, I'm not going to stote a claim on the Byzantine Empire, because apart from anything else, that would make you an emperor. Oh, damn it, you're part of the defensive pact. Of course you are. How inconvenient. No. Definitely not. No.
France is not actually in a defensive pact against you. I mean,
France is not actually in a defensive pact against me. It doesn't have that much more money than me, does it?
Probably have a truce. No, you don't have a truce with France.
I also don't have any troops.
Yeah, I think you do need a bit of recovery time.
I think there needs to be some recovery time.
I would look first at your counties you are in danger of losing, and
Okay, someone's preparing to.
Yes. So he being a Norse ruler has a special Kaiser Spelli available of essentially Viking invasion. So I think your target is probably to work out to try to actually be adequately strong when he turns up.
Yes.
Which will involve cheering up your vassals and.
Well, let's take time along. Let's.
Partly, of course, one thing that will make them 430.9%, because the King of Denmark actually has far more troops than you can raise.
Right now, yes. So, let's just check. Right, my spy master and my spy master is in the wrong thing, and I can't move him yet. On the plus side, it will be December soon, I guess. Let's see also if I can engage in a little vassal up cheering. Right, King of Scotland, raise levies.
Mostly they're pissed off for raised levies.
That's true.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan. You've already got better. I mean, if any of these are halfway competent, commanders, you might turn them into commanders, but I don't know if you've got any spares at the moment. He's not really a worry because he's not practically a vassal. Duke of are you currently holding... What's going on with the... Oh, right.
I was in the middle of a war, wasn't I? Right, you like me. You're a thing. You're gregarious, kind, just, rough, honest, greedy,
not
fat.
content, but you'll do.
He'll do. Won't vice royalty. Go through here. Right.
You probably want to go back to your
I'm
vassals.
probably going to want to go back to my vassals. King of Lithuania suddenly really likes me. Grand Mayor of Cumbria, currently not happy. Levies. Earl of Buchan. Well, still.
Oh yes, because he's the one you tried to use to
take.
I wonder if you might want to transfer him now to be a vassal of Scotland.
That's true. Oops, no, let's go back up to Scotland.
Because he presumably has a complaint about the fact that the Earl of Buchan isn't on with him.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, that's at least cheered him up a bit as well.
Okay, he didn't particularly have a complaint about the Earl of Buchan, but still obviously belongs under.
In London. Ooh, let's give him an honorary title.
He's close to liking you more than you like,
yeah.
But yes.
Yes. Yeah. Let's give him an honorary title to tip him into paying me some goddamn taxes.
He was already paying you some.
Yeah, but making him positive makes him a bit happier.
don't think the Bishop of Leon is going to.
No, I don't think there's anything we can do about the Bishop.
You might want to see what his tweezers are. Right, so yeah, I think you need a fair period of recovery.
Yeah.
I mean, the only possibly interesting question is whether you get back to the Kingdom of England and whether that will make things any better.
I need to get a lot more cash first.
True, yes.
Because it costs like 200 gold. I think I can...
Currently everyone is leaving your defensive pact because you have no troops.
Yep, that's the
because
one.
All your vassals are grumpy at how long their troops have been raised for.
That's the one. So...
You're really not a better steward
hang on. Right, so... What I was going to check is that I don't have any levies raised. Steward, you say?
He's like 16, he's a bit feeble and he's not even landed.
Apparently I do now.
Yes.
Right.
That seems right. Likely to improve your income a bit, possibly. Slightly.
So how are we doing on our great work? We are 73.9% done.
You can pause it if you want to.
It doesn't get me that much, and then I have to remember to unpause it.
So does the invasion preparation thing tell you anything interesting? Just tells you to draw of upland, you're planning an invasion. It doesn't even give you a date. That gives us a date, right? Before 25th of November 1155. So he will be getting a bunch of troops, a bunch of magical event troops as a result of
yes.
this, probably.
I mean, my levies are recovering already. I mean, I'm now up to nearly 5,000, which is a big improvement. Let's take time slightly faster while we are just waiting for stuff to happen. I'm going to take time quite fast since we will be told when something interesting happens. Look, this faction is getting less dangerous all the time.
Because you've got far more...
It's true. Because I'm getting more troops, and there's only one person in in these pacts. Right. Oh dear. My court chaplain went lollard.
What's the opposite of crook?
I would go for a native and buy that.
Couldn't find a word for that.
As my levies recover, people drawing the defensive pact against me. Oh, let's get her a buzzard. It's only slightly expensive. Of course, I do have some claims on.
So, yes, is France out of the defensive pact against you?
That's an entertaining question.
Yes, it's soft enough because you've got like 3 personal county claims on France. Oh, but no. Yeah.
Yes.
It's about a size that you could think about working on.
It's true.
Just like that, there's several counties there, and while they're not in the defensive pact, was your steward, now be reappointed as court chaplain. I will find a better one.
So 3,000 troops. I've got 6,000 troops. Right. And she's got no alliances. So what have you got?
You only have one claim now. I thought it used to be that you had personal claims on like 4 counties of France. That's unfortunate. Oh well, maybe it's not worth the hassle
then. Yeah, no. What I could do, of course, is let's go and look at some claimants.
Weak claim and female, so hard to land.
Yeah, good point.
And those two won't join your court anyway.
Aragon, on the other hand, it's still in the bloody defensive pact.
Yeah, I mean, that was why France was interesting. It was at just the point where it was not in the defensive pact that you could still squash it.
Yes.
But I thought you had 3 county claims of your own there, which would have been a worthwhile thing to do. But apparently, might see if you've got anything against the Aquitanian revolt, but I rather doubt that.
I've got something against the Kingdom of Sicily.
A long way off.
And I have boats. There's one thing I've got a lot of, it's boats.
You've got states.
And boats. Good God, everyone and his wife has a claim on Sicily. It is also a bit... They are a bit tougher. I should wait a little bit longer before I... do that. Aquitanian revolt. I can claim 1 county from the Aquitanian revolt. Fab.
I presume France, Aquitaine, etc. are not vulnerable to weak claims.
France, sorry, Aquitaine is vulnerable to weak claims.
Oh, right.
It's got a...
Hang on. She's the Queen of France.
she's the Queen of France. Yeah, but he's just at her court. I'd invite him to my court for his weak claim on Aquitaine. Right, that's cheering up thingy a bit. There we are, let's just click through.
Oh no, there it is. Kingdom
Yeah,
of Aquitaine.
it has appeared. It's just
Not where I was expecting this.
So I can take her on for the Kingdom of Valencia. Yeah, actually, let's take her on for the Kingdom of Valencia, because sadly the Kingdom of Aquitaine is Aquitaine is part of the bloody defensive pact. Right.
You'll probably want to land your claimant first.
This is true. I do want to land my claimant first. First, let me find my claimant.
There he is.
Where? What?
Where it says claim Valencia.
Oh yes.
No, have you actually got a spare land?
I have Vermandois. Right. Right. So there.
So what do you actually get when you claim Valencia? Click on the name. Right, so you get all of the right there. You get a bit of coastal Iberia.
Yeah. So there we go. Let's turn down time. Let's read my messages. Let's control click so I can find out where everyone is.
You probably can't raise many troops.
Hopefully that'll be enough. If not, I'll go overstates. So the question is, do I go to attack Paris or do I attack bits of Iberia?
I don't know. I'd be kind of inclined to go for
I mean, I'm inclined to go over here because it's easy.
yeah, I don't know.
Jacob, were those noises the clicking and speaking of a transformer?
Probably.
If it sounded like I was, putting a duck through a mangle, that was probably it.
It's true. Stop doing that. It's incredibly irksome.
Of course, one thing you could do is change your laws to increase the minimum quantity of troops that people must provide.
It's true, that will piss people off though. I should probably wait until... I might have to wait until my vassals hate me less to do this. So, Petroslav is... Do I have any organisers kicking around? I have all my all my organisers of... Oh no, sorry, there you go. We're really going to go and start a siege.
Well, we're assuming that France doesn't raise a bunch of troops to fight you.
I'm slightly assuming that France don't raise a bunch of troops to fight me. But equally... Here we are. Paris. So there are Holy Roman troops, but that's nice.
So of course, the danger with this, I suppose you're only annoying a small number of your vassals. The danger with this is that this is reducing the number of troops you are available to deal with the invasion.
It's true. Glue. What are you playing at, daft hamsters? That'll do. Not being led by Hubert, but we've got some good people there.
She is admittedly in 3 wars at the moment.
Well, that should fix my problem with Denmark.
You might want to grant a
Minor title to Denmark, yes.
honorary title. Oh right, okay, oh no, you're at the wrong level.
There's the King of Denmark. His capital's moved, that's what's confusing. So how does he think about me right now? Currently likes me. Right, let's give you a landed title. Not landed title, honorary title, god damn it.
Wouldn't give him seneschal, that's valuable. Oh, I suppose he does like you, so it'll actually, I don't know.
I don't know.
That might mean you can raise a bunch more troops from him now.
Yes. That's what I'm hoping for. So,
You may need to wait for months to roll over.
it's true. Okay, well, I think I'll just march you lot straight to Paris. Probably dismiss you lot. Because I can always raise enough to nip back to England if I really need to. Let's just go and check what our factions are doing. Currently, as I thought, we are blissfully factionless. We are between factions. Ooh, excellent. It's a new month. Let's see what we can. I don't know why I can't raise any liege levies from Lotharingia.
Right, that's better.
That is better. Defeats. Get on the thing. Come to Evreux. Possibly not come to Evreux. Where are you going? Are you going off to Middlesex? I bet you're going off to Middlesex. Come on, get over to Middlesex and then I can decide where to put this army.
No, they haven't gone to Middlesex.
Where the hell are they going?
I don't know, they seem to have vanished.
They do appear to have vanished like old oak tables. Well, in that case, I'll march them over to here? Off we go to Paris. Yes, I may need to find out where we think the Kingdom of Valencia is so I can do some occupations.
Mostly it looked like it was the Mediterranean coast of the Iberian bit of, I think you want the intersection of the De Jure Kingdom of Valencia. Okay, it didn't seem to be highlighting all of that when you went for it, so maybe it's not. The Queen of France is the Queen of Valencia, so yes, I would have expected. So that just shows, if you go back to the war, you get a useful.
So it's those 4 counties there.
Yes.
So I think my plan is to besiege.
But probably you'll get a bunch of more useful de jure claims out of it.
Yes. Well, my plan I think is to besiege most of Paris.
Or someone else would. Yes.
And then once I've besieged most of these things, is then to nip back on that ship and then get back down here to get. I think it's those 4 counties, isn't it?
I think they also do Balearic Islands, I'm not sure. I think they got highlighted last time.
So that's not what I want out. Yeah. Yes, they're part of the Kingdom of Valencia. But it's those 4 counties in the Balearics, right? Yes. And we can do that. Let's glue that lot together. Let's try and deal with the fact that they keep trying to take my bloody siege leader away.
The personally question is.
Yeah, let's
not
do nothing for now. Let's send you off to study some technology. We could probably do with some technology. Constantinople's nice. To make time tick faster because sieges are still boring.
It's 1999 doesn't fit in the 80 by 24 terminal window.
I noticed.
Right, let's give her a trout eye. I'm sure it's nutritious and delicious.
I don't know. Well, I pasted in a very long line of spaces for Life 99, only they're appearing to you one of the
I think Jacob is providing pigs in space.
But
yes.
what? Why is my coming through one line a week for you?
I think the IRC server may well be rate limiting
your ability to spam the channel with space.
It was a single one long line.
What just happened? Was that
One of my family had more children, so there are more de Normandys to go around being ridiculously prolific. Right. Oh dear. How many children have I got? Quite a lot. Yes, of course, I got a new young wife, didn't I?
Yes. With
Yes.
the intention of producing more useful children.
Well, yes.
Like, you're way past the point where more will not make things any worse from the point of view of
Spreading all my titles around.
spreading titles around.
It's true. Okay, I've got someone new in charge of Cumbria. Let's pause and read the messages. Oh, something's happening in Denmark.
Yes. Is it rock?
It's probably
involving
fine.
imprisoning a lot of people.
Let's give you
That sounds fairly rocky to me.
a nice title to cheer you up a bit. Well, come on, stamp out the siege of Edam. What are we besieging? Oh, it's a castle.
Yes, Paris is quite well provided with castles, it appears.
It's true, I've got another castle to go. It's got 3 castles and 2 cities. The castles are Melun, Edam, and Montfort-l'Amaury. The cities are Paris and Corbeil. And we've got the bishopric of Saint-Denis. It's probably best not to think about how these things intersect and overlap. Well, that baron's been doing a good job on fortification. Guichard de Paris.
Oh, the invasion warning has gone away. Maybe they stopped planning the invasion.
It's possible.
Maybe Denmark has invaded them instead.
That'd be a laugh, wouldn't it? I can't raise you for reasons I don't understand. Oh, good lord. Right, where are we on the ridiculous children front? So we've got Brock, Ottor, well, may not be technically the language, but it's certainly a fine name from the family to have a little Martin. Right, let's try and be nice to my wife.
What options do the Emperor provide for
Well, the
Are you
downside...
allowed to do something as small scale as buying her flowers, and you have to give her an entire county?
In this
Sometimes
case...
events will allow you to do small things.
Yes, so in this case it was be nice to your wife after she's been religiously upset about things. So... ooh, that looks exciting. Denmark won a war. Is Denmark slightly bigger?
Yes.
Denmark is slightly bigger.
Yes, I think they may have taken over the duchy or whatever it was that was planning to invade you.
Good. Oh yes, now we can create the Duchy of Valrend.
Only you can't afford
I
to.
can't afford to, but that's fine. The King of Denmark's done it for me,
Denmark can afford to. So.
and therefore we're okay. Right, let's besiege Corby. let's nip round, and I'll probably just go for besieging the coastal lot and see if we can. I mean, at this rate, we're just going to have to wait to hit 100% war score. By occupying things. Because I see no sign of a French army, which is kind of nice, but probably not great for whatever the French are doing. It's doing nothing for my threat. Well, currently my threat is still decaying. But excellent. Can we buy any nice technological advances? Not quite. We can buy nothing except possibly eventually some shipbuilding. Don't really need religious customs.
Noble customs are usually what you want.
Naval customs are indeed what we want.
Does the next level of legalism get you anything interesting? Absolute crown authority and centralisation.
Not really, because I'd need to go through like about 8 million layers of.
I mean, you might want more crown authority, but it's a long way. You're a long way from having absolute as a target.
Indeed. Holding in Bath is under siege from upland. Right. Well, I shall.
Right. Maybe the reason that the invasion stopped being imminent was because the invasion became current.
Well, at the moment I'm going to leave that to my vassals to sort out.
Yeah, it looks like the King of England is working on it.
So let's sort off to... Yeah, right, this sea
area. Just as the French army... Oh no, that's not actually the French army, is it? That's...
Artois, Flanders and Flanders doing whatever it is Flanders does, because there's a difference on that thing.
So, yes, that's not French.
Not as such.
Hit.
Indeed. I mean, it might besiege some bits back from me, but, you know, it'll take them a while.
So. Right, yes, I think those are raiders and not invasions. So.
Yes, because, like, well, I've not got a war going on.
I think someone's already occupying the Balearic Islands and some of the coastal counties.
Yes, I'm going to start here with this one.
Why do we occupy those Balearic Islands?
Simon.
What I need to click is that. So it's those.
So he's highlighting Balearic.
The Alex, yes.
But yes,
go for these three counties.
That the Queen is holding.
Indeed. So, English fleet. Get the soldiers. Go and sit down in Spain. Look, you've gone south for the winter. It's going to be great.
Swim south for the winter? How do they breathe?
With difficulty. And at the moment, of course, we are going to have to leave our troops there. Let's see if we can raise any useful hooray, we can suddenly raise Lotharingia.
Yeah.
Well, that's like what to say. Yes, off we get to the coast. Raise some ships. That's not enough, is it? Let's see in a bit, so we can actually see the goddamn county that is in. Right, you're in that county. Raise some ships. Stuff you on some ships.
Plus the fleet you've already raised would be enough.
Let's zoom out. Let's keep an eye on that troop because I do not particularly want to run into them. So there's the Artoisian army, led presumably by René. Or probably not. You back on there. Wait for you guys to turn up in Toxandria. No idea what that is in modern day anything.
I reckon it's just at the very southern edge of the Netherlands. That's that fiddly bit in Rising Tide with all the orange things.
Oh yeah. Probably.
Most of our knowledge of geography comes from games of one sort or another.
Hey, I've actually been to places in the Netherlands.
Oh, so have I, but nonetheless, most of my knowledge of geography comes from Rising Tide.
It's true. There's that bit in the southeast that has hills and everything.
Yes. Green.
So let's just briefly look at why we're losing Moscow, because she still controls Valencia, but we're fixing that. Right. No worries. Let's
Definitely not so generally squashed by your vassals anyway.
yeah, I'm going to wait until something happens. In worst case scenario,
Oh, it's a French army.
oh my god, I didn't know they could do that. Are they trying to run away?
Friends army?
Oh, that would have been forecast.
What did you do?
French army, everybody.
Oh, okay. I counted it as a...
I mean, I'll
I
still
heard that,
disembark
okay.
them in
Fair
here.
enough.
Oh, the French army are pissing off.
I think you can choose to
Oh, good.
That's interesting.
Something bad's happened to the Balearics.
You may not get all those.
I might not get all of those.
You get something.
Right. Vassal. So,
Does he have a reason to dislike you that you could fix first? I don't think he does. Not really.
not really. Right, so... Okay. Back to the Balearics.
Great strategic use.
They're just there.
They're mostly just there. It's not like Gibraltar or Malta.
It's all blinded for a start.
Yes, but they're both, in fact, of great strategic importance in the Med. Viz. Why we spent ages arguing with France during Napoleonic Wars to get hold of them.
You could imagine that. Oh, I didn't in the middle of the night being a useful resupply base for going from one side of it to the other, depending on what the technology is like at the time.
It's not just supply bases; it's the strategic control of the of various bits of the waterway. And obviously, if you control Gibraltar, you can control the straits. So let's disband the small. No, I don't want to disband the army. Yes, I do want to disband. Right. No, right. Want to disband those fleets. No, cancel. No, I've stopped being
More
kind.
sieges in this game. We had an episode called The Siege. At least one.
Right, pick an ambition. I think I only have one valid ambition, which is to try to stop being quite so thick. Oh, good grief, what's happened to... Oh, okay, nothing's happening to the children. They're just, existing.
So this kid is, oh no, he is. Oh yes, Tirach's son is of course through his patronymic, not his family name.
Yes. His mother is my daughter. Daughter.
Also, Queen of Egypt. Well, yes, of course. Egypt is a Christian country at the moment, with having been invaded by
my ancestor.
Yes.
Cecilia, I think.
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
that's just the big nights as well.
Excellent.
What was that?
Queen Cecilia.
I had Celia only, and that confused me. I thought, hang on, what was the thing? I got confused.
Right, let's obligate the vassal. Let's glue those together. Sires, once again, in the middle of the siege, they remove the goddamn siege leader. Once again, demonstrating that AI has no eye. What do you mean I'm out of commanders?
I suspect you lost a commander, which is why you... No, they were new children, weren't they? Each one of them was a new child. There are still new children that need...
Well, he's not completely helpless. So she's
Right, yes, not very good. On ground it was better than okay.
They have quite good buttons sometimes. Yes, you might want to... if you are... I was going to say, if you're thinking of legitimising her, I'm not sure she's worth it.
I'm not sure she's worth it, but I can marry her off to that Prince of Bohemia. Which I think is a laugh. Right, hang on, the Independence faction has gone, but I can't move him till January. Right, fine. Let's go back to watching the siege. Oh look, I got a big boost from occupying around a bit of Valencia. Excellent. Oh, my vassals appear to be satisfactorily dealing with whatever the hell is happening up in Man, which is good. Select unit. Disband unit. Back to the Balearics. Yes, I can't remember why Malta itself is so strategically important. I mean, some of it is a friendly supply port, obviously, but
it occupies the fairly narrow gap between Sicily and Africa.
I suppose that's probably it, isn't it? Oh, hooray, we won a war while I wasn't looking. Yes, even though Malta's about this big. Yes, because otherwise you don't want to sail that way, because...
That's definitely the one where the obvious usefulness in Malta is if you're sailing from Sicily to Africa, you can get out halfway to stretch your legs.
It's not very far. So my marshal is 22, he will indeed. Whatever. Okay. Fortunately, I have a spare commander slot opened up for some reason, can't think what it is. Right, so back to siege watching then. The Siege of Elks. I have no idea how you pronounce that.
Why are you seeing Elks?
Because
they're
it's there. This is why you besiege anything. Because the computer says this is the next place to besiege. Right, and now Vienna. leave on there. So my only question is, do I go and besiege there, or do I nip over there to get that bit?
Well, field the two nearby first.
Yes.
Then maybe that'll get you enough war score.
So we're besieging Almanza. And then Albacete, and Helen. Some nice Moorish architecture there.
Are you suggesting that church might previously have been a mosque?
Possibly. I was going to say it's a more mosque-like design, but in fact, actually, it's much more like Pantheon than anything else. But anyway, if you wish to see a fine example of Mozart art, you should look at the picture that
For some reason, the word mosque
Gareth has on his birthday card.
The word mosque makes me imagine a pandemic in Alo Alo. Are you wearing your mosque?
Good.
Oh, it's an army that you don't want to be engaged with. Oh, there's a French fleet.
There is a French fleet.
Up it goes again.
There was a French fleet. They don't appear to have...
There it is again.
What the hell are they doing? Are they just shuttling troops to and from the Balearics or
I
something?
have no idea. I think you'd be... Oh no, you wouldn't be able to see troops on the island
No.
because you're not adjacent to them.
Indeed. I mean, I could, for instance, send my fleet over there to go and have a look. Oh, look.
So who controls the western... So Mallorca is now under the control of the Sheikhdom of Mallorca. Is it the independent Sheikhdom of Mallorca?
Yes.
But
Menorca
Menorca
is French.
part of the Kingdom of France. Although the two other islands to the west just offshoots of Menorca.
Yeah.
There's a hostile army marching through that. Oh no, marching away from
They're in massive flight.
Oh, right. Yes, so they are.
Still no idea where the French are. We're besieging Albacete, and our finances are recovering quite nicely. Yeah. So where are you going? You're going to Denia. You're going to try and besiege somewhere back, or are you going to Mercia? You're going to Mercia. Excellent. I don't care. You can go to Mercia. That's fine.
We can cooperate over how we split up France.
France, yes.
No, going somewhere else.
Almera. Right. Albacete. I'm sure Albacete's come up in some TV thing. I can hear someone saying it. I can't, for the life of me, remember what it was. I feel it might have been a comedy.
It's French army, it's French army.
Oh my
Probably
god,
not
it's
big
French
enough,
army.
but,
It's
you know,
going
you
to
might-
Denia.
Right, well, is it worth nipping over there and giving them a quick thrashing? They're probably now heading for Valencia.
They're going for
Yes,
Valencia.
is it worth heading over there and giving them a quick thrashing?
I've got Raoul there, so yes.
Okay, no, they're not moving. They're moving again, but you can probably catch them before they leave. Because you've got an organiser. I don't know if this will get you a useful amount of war score. What? Oh. Why did you change their destination?
Because I thought they weren't going to get there before they left.
Why would... But since
Oh
France
yes.
must have it sent the order after you sent the order.
Yes, and I've got an
And
organiser.
you've got an organiser. And I believe actual movement is instantaneous. This is probably not going to get you the 5% war score you need to avoid having to run the war for 3 years, but
It's got
maybe
me, I
the
think,
French army is tiddly.
4% of war score.
Curses.
No, 3% of all score. Okay.
3.82%.
Yeah, basically 4% of all score, which is not
enough to avoid needing to run the war for 3 years.
But let's go and look at when we started it. We started in 1154 and it's 1157, so, you know.
It's more or less 3 years anyway.
By the time we've actually got 100% war score, I'm pretty sure we'll have hit the requisite number of years. So we're besieging Helen in thingy. 79%. Ticking war score is now in my favour. Sieging is very boring. Victory, that's taken us up to 86% war score. Off we go to Valentia.
Another child wants guardian.
Oh, good grief. Random kinsman, already betrayed.
Well, in the King of Wales would be reasonable because
he's only an intricate web weaver.
Okay, yeah, that's humble.
But I think we could do with the.
Okay, it doesn't cause him to look through anymore anyway.
No. La la la. So we've got a fort, a city, a bishopric, and another and a barony, another fort.
6.5 level
Fort.
castle.
Good. Okay.
Kaiser Bernhard
As
of the Holy Roman Empire.
yeah.
Right. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a French army. I don't think it's worth it.
I think it's worth moving.
You know that you need an army of like about 1,000, and anyway, time is not really
on their side.
Yeah. I'm going to get things. Get the Indian.
Why are you going to war for someone else's claim on the Byzantine Empire, you daft tart?
Yes. Right, that's the kind of thing we do. And
yeah.
then you go,
Oh.
why don't we control the Byzantine Empire anymore?
It's true. Right. Oh dear, we made someone in Scotland be pissed off. Let's fish you out of there and send you off to fabricate claims. Well, my magnificent plan is once I've besieged this quite tedious fort, is I bring this lot into port there, thus making it possible to either, walk across the border and besiege that bit, or nip off to Minorca and try and besiege that. And it's also make time pass. Sieges go even slower when you don't let time pass. Ooh, there is a French army. My God, the French army exists.
Yes.
And I might lose some war score by them besieging stuff back, but it looks like they're on the march, so that's exciting. Are they coming after us, or are they going after the Byzantine Empire? That is one of life's great questions. I have some ships handy. So handy, in fact, that I can bring them into port now. So now we besiege Gandia. Okay, so I think they're going to try and meet up with them. I think my best plan is to make sure that wherever I am, I'm sitting still when the French army turn up. And then maybe to do a little bit of reorganisation. Not very much. I think I still want to leave an organiser in charge, because it means running away is better. The reason there's a big siege here is that, bigger than I thought, is that the Byzantine Emperor is also here. It's helping me out.
But you're at least in charge of the siege, which means you get to control the holdings afterwards. That also might be why the French army is heading this way.
It's true. I think my cunning plan really is to try and besiege all these places, maybe before the French army turns up. And then probably nip on those ships and go and sit in Mallorca, because I think it would be hilarious. Apparently I've managed to learn something from the Roman Empire. I think it's probably build more roads. Oh, I've got 100% war score. Right, release the peace otter.
That's curious.
That's slightly irksome.
You didn't quite get what you were expecting to get.
No.
That's not sensible. Oh no, you can disband them anyway, can't you?
Yes, so long as I get back to my territory, yes.
So
that's now an independent bit of Provence.
Hang on, didn't that say Empire of England? Yes.
Okay, yes. Fine, but that's somebody else's
Someone
problem.
else is occupying it. For some reason.
Very confused idea of the answer.
Well, this is typical of the period, really.
Typical of this game.
So, anyway, revolt risk, you say? Nowhere's particularly revolting. Let's go and research some military technology. So, how are we doing?
So yes, you've got those two county plans. Are those now not both inside?
I'm just.
Kingdom of Norway on behalf of a woman.
Yeah.
Aragon on behalf of Frank. Presumably. Galicia not currently. And it's on behalf of someone who's already
The king. Yes, so they've got 4,500 stoats, no pacts.
What? Wasn't that an enormous number of them? Of alliances. And you said no alliance, no pact.
Okay, yes, sorry, it's because I read the thing there. So he's got a pact with Castile. Okay, let's assume Galicia is terrifying.
Most of the Iberian
Christian
kingdoms may be fairly closely tied to one another.
The Kingdom of Aquitaine is still in the defensive pact. No, but it's someone unlanded. And I don't think I've got any. Does a barony suffice for this?
A barony does suffice, so I would avoid giving away the barony in your.
It's true, but that's all I've currently got.
So yes. Like you've got your two very distant county claims in the east, so you're kind of hoping to get a third one.
Yes.
And you've got two county claims. You've got two county claims in the vicinity of France, so apparently one of them is not actually France anymore, or something.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure where the third county claim that I thought you were meant to have somewhere in that area was gone.
So we've got Perche and Rouen.
Oh, is Rouen actually in your territory already? Now I come to think of it. Yes.
Rouen is, I think.
Yeah, so your claim on Rouen is
it's only Perche.
relevant.
Yeah. That's relevant. So.
And you have a truce with France for 10 years now, so you can't go and claim that.
Indeed.
Not going to take that.
Gestures like an unbalanced feeling of one colour.
Oh well.
So it may be worth paying some attention to these, especially given that. What? I thought there was Valencia in there, but it's vanished.
Yeah, I think that's probably sorted itself out. Right.
Good night, everybody in earshot.
Good night.
No, I think that would be fine. Oh no, that's because that's in Anjou. State. You're working out how long the lag is?
No, I'd give up at this point and see if they're going to reply. Oh no, there we are. Jacob says mute again. There you are. Someone's replied.
I had just realised that, I should probably maybe find something out about Karelia, like how many troops it's got. Or maybe by the time I actually have a bunch of claims against it, I'll have more troops and it'll be less terrifying. I mean, my troop count is going up all the time. Right, I'm not going to try and be nasty to my heir. Speaking of which, how is my little badger? Gosh, he's quite good. I'm just hilarious that he's the strategos of Strymon, Protestator of the Byzantine Empire and Prince of England. Because he's married to the Strategitissa. Stana the Unfaithful. I wonder how many of those are actually Brock's daughters.
Well, you could check whether they've inherited his strength.
It's true. Let's not maybe... Oh dear, something's happened to my designated regent. Right, fine. Right, on general principles, it should be Princess Weasel the Twitchy. Well, that's true, weasels are quite twitchy. Right, people are joining the defensive pact, so we're going to have to wait a bit to...
Well, there's a Norwegian revolt. Do you have any claims on the Norwegian revolt?
Probably not.
There's some good claims on the Norwegian revolt.
No. Because I can't easily
You aren't
land
in
her.
a position to easily land people.
So,
Claire says Princess Weasel the Twitchy? Question mark.
True. She's called Princess Weasel the Twitchy. Why
There you
Princess
are.
Weasel the Twitchy to go?
there we are.
Princess Weasel the Twitchy of England.
Yes, I don't know how you gain that title.
I can look it up.
It's true. I suspect it's by being paranoid or stressed or something. even worth checking whether I've got any claims in Ireland, because nothing will be pressable.
I mean, you'll be able to press it, you just might not want to.
It's true. Is France in the Defensive Pact?
France, you have a 10-year
Oh, yes. Having taken
a small amount
of Spain off them.
Yes.
Do I have a claim on Aquitaine? Also, I bet it's in the Defensive Pact. It is. Odd that. Let's make time run a little bit faster, in the hope that maybe my Chancellor will manage to do something. Are we going to try sleeping with the Princess of Denmark? Go on! My father-in-law has died of smallpox. Whoops. Actually, I should have checked whether she had any good traits. Not really.
No.
Oh well.
I don't think yes. At most, you're going to piss off the King of... the Roger de Normandy, whom you already imprisoned for reasons because he was plotting against someone. Just because he thought it would be a good idea.
So, how... No, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, let's see. It's going to be difficult to persuade. Oh, 98.2% done. I mean, the only question is, can I afford any improvements? But, maybe in another couple of years, I might be able to afford to do something with my...
I'm sorry to report that the biggest nicknames on the wiki does not include twitching.
Oh.
So how Princess Weasel has ended up twitching, we do not know.
Oops. Well...
What just happened?
He knows that it's not his. Presumably, of course, because he knows he's not seen her for however many months, because he's been in prison.
Yeah, it is a bit of a giveaway.
It is a tiny bit of a giveaway. It is not very subtle.
Does he know whose it is?
I believe...
Is it hers?
It's definitely hers.
Yes.
That's one thing you could be confident.
I'm sure somebody recently posted a picture of a sort of figure of a sculpture thing sculpting itself, which was sort of a large legged thing and a chiselled upper body sculpting up the top bit from the bottom bit, but I can't remember I've seen that much recently.
Woohoo, we finished stage 2 of the London Eye.
The London Eye? What? That's confusing.
Well...
The Eye of London.
Yes.
Not quite the same thing.
It's
a lighthouse for one thing rather than a...
So... I can get myself another minor title.
Can you get a minor tour?
I can improve my sex appeal by 3, but really I think I shouldn't.
Well, I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing.
Or...
I mean, it depends how attractive the Princess of Denmark.
Well. I think I'm going to build... Well, I'm certainly going to build a historical mural. Let's get started on a historical mural. On the grounds that I can do with all the good opinion from my dynasty I can get. Because I have a lot of dynasty. My god, do I have some dynasty. Oh dear. Something has happened to my marshal. What has happened to my marshal? Let's point...
I have found these that tribes.
You. Let's get you researching military tech in Middlesex. Let's fail to get you researching military tech in Middlesex. Do we have any good commanders? Ha 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 ha, lol, no. Can we find any good commanders? So, cavalry leader. Ooh, let's invite a flanker. We haven't got one of those. Whiston. Don't even spell it with a Y. It would be helpful if you did. Right, Let's appoint you as commander. Right. Gunnar. Right, let's at least acknowledge little Gunnar to add to my tally. And nothing interesting other than being a bastard. What does my wife think of me? Not a lot, because I'm an unfaithful lecher with another acknowledged bastard. Oh well, so how are we doing? We've got
Twitchy is not one of the nicknames that's assigned randomly if you have the correct properties, so it comes by some kind of event or other.
okay. Right. So one of my vassals has a claim on the kingdom of Novgorod.
Right. Are they landed?
They're not landed.
Right.
But
Are you thinking about going and taking 2 counties off Korea and not worrying about the third one? So to get this off the county to give to...
Or just giving the barony away.
But that means you permanently get less troops.
It's true. No, I shouldn't do that. Well, let's see if anyone in Spain has got out of the defensive pact.
Well, the problem there wasn't that they were in the defensive pact. These 2 questions.
Well, at least they were all in league, weren't they? Yeah, whatever. Court. Okay, right. Well, slightly terrible as a court chaplain, but not that terrible. Oh dear, my chaplain died of leprosy. How are we doing? So I've got a granddaughter. Let's go from.
So it looks like Twitchy is a nickname you get as a child under some circumstances, in cases where you also become paranoid, craven, uncouth, and shy.
Right.
As far as I can see, that's the only place it gets mentioned in the source file. Otto.
It's true.
Not going for matrilineal marriage for Otto.
All the options were a bit shit. So I decided that that wouldn't be a very good idea. Yes. It's okay, I just want to, while I remember, zip back round to this effectively duchy. I'm not sure I particularly want to go to war in Egypt, even though it is for the Normandy. Well, that does cost me 100 gold, but I think that's worth it. Right. Oh.
That may want to be assigned to...
Indeed. So let's find...
or you could give it to the king and let him find further down. And if you're being sneaky, you would find the person who most dislikes the king of Valencia. Because you don't care who gets this title.
It's true.
Is that 16 centimetres wide, or is it 16.3 centimetres wide? It's normally somewhere in the middle, so
No, no.
extremely close.
Jihad. Oh dear, Egypt has gone all pagan. Well, gone all non-Catholic. Well, it just got taken over.
Oh, by... Oh, right. So yes, the ruler is no longer
Indeed.
Catholic. Well, then that'll be a good target for the next crusade, won't it?
It's true. We can go back to. Oh,
I think
the
it's
Lutheran.
not prepay it. They go to the post office and say, "Here, post this." Post this. It's very close. This, of course, has like 4 metres extra, but like there, it owns. Yeah, I don't, and that's with that much extra.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, I think that's currently over 16 centimetres because we've made it bulge too much. These are not much padding.
Right. Well, the King of Lotharingia has taken precisely 1 county off the Holy Roman Empire.
Well,
but there we go. You know,
nice.
That's still more than none.
Better than you managed. Well, actually, no, you took Lotharingia.
I took Lotharingia off the Holy Roman Empire.
But you did that largely by throwing phenomenal amounts of money at the problem.
It's the
And
one.
then you tried throwing more money at the problem for Saxony, and it didn't really
Didn't work. Well, mostly because the Byzantine Empire
you
wasn't
have a good
helpful.
excuse.
Right, so you are my grandson, or one of my many, many grandsons. Well, let's marry you off to someone in the Byzantine Empire. And let's assign you a guardian who has good pointy stick ability.
So is this grandson you then engaged? This is presumably not the eldest grandson of the.
Oh, goodness me, no. I mean, you know, don't forget I have approximately 1 million grandsons. So my heir is Badger and his heir is Beot Twinner, who is currently 0 years old. because he has like 8 million daughters, right? That's fine.
Yeah, there's one thick photography either side of it, so I can't really look at any down, I think.
Raiders, fine. Oh, there's only 500 of them. How boring.
It's not like they can do much.
It is not indeed like they can do much. Woohoo! We are getting to the point where I'm just going to check that, my vassal levies. Most people don't completely hate me. I mean, London does and Wales kind of do, but progress. Let's go and see how my vassals are doing. Currently, everything's doing quite well. Let's check. How many? My army levies are getting back up. Smart. Okay, you're my son, you're ugly and a genius. You're actually my legitimate child. Right.
One at the top of the list is quick.
Yeah. So, what do we bring him up as? Pointy sticks? Yeah.
How far down the line of succession is he? And he's younger. So there are like 2 sons older than him?
There's... Yes.
You're unlikely to inherit very much unless you put some serious effort into it.
So let's give him pointy sticks. And hope he grows up to be a commander. We can live in hope. Wow. There's people joining the defensive pack, but no one's leaving it.
Oh no, that's because you're getting gradually more scared.
Yes, my threat is declining.
So all you can do is to find revolts that need invading and such like. Not really thinking many of those at the moment.
It's true. I hope that I can find...
your Karelia has just got smaller.
Right, well...
So if you want to take those 2 counties simultaneously...
It's true.
Oh, there is still 1 county of it to the east.
There is 1 county of it to the east. How very disappointing. Excuse me.
Left.
Hooray, the King of Lithuania.
And Sweden.
And Sweden. Do have... I could go to Holy War, but this seems like a terrible idea right now.
Depends what his religion is and how many friends he has.
Well, he's got a bunch of pacts. His
So
religion is pagan.
I feel like it should be around there. Right, so...
Unfortunately...
Yes, that's all Lithuania anyway, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the dangerous thing is he's probably got access to rather a lot of troops, given he has
He's a
500,000
tribal
and is a tribal leader. I think there's a good reason why he left the defensive pact. He doesn't need to be in it.
Yep, I agree.
So I think
He's safe from us.
I think he's a bit too big.
Yes, because you can usually at least double the number of troops that they have. Someone else has joined the defensive pact. The balance must be maintained. Oh, well, in another 3 years or so, we might be able to, crusade. I should have some. Ooh, I've got a new King of England. Currently doesn't completely hate me. Except she does want control of the Republic of
But that is generally
Cumbria.
the case because, well,
Indeed.
there probably shouldn't be a King of England, it should be you.
Indeed.
That was how we organised things when we created Cumbria.
Indeed, unfortunately. There were 11,000 troops in England and now they all appear to have vanished. Well, that's probably why there's a new... right, yes, we're now hitting a pair of twins. We're getting them good.
He's already at Normandy, so you don't spread the Normandy name like that.
Go on. Okay, let's build home.
Twin brother.
Indeed.
Well, bring Novgorod into the...
Yeah.
Obviously, he doesn't have any children then. He's far too young.
Yes.
So, yes. Then you should probably make him a good king, so that you'll get to keep
Well, let's make him
Novgorod.
a reasonable steward at least. Right. Corellia's back to having that county again. Well, I might leave it for a bit and then see if I can get some... Oh, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I think we leave this till the next year and then we go to war for all my Karelian claims, ready or not. And then we need to hand out any counties I get pretty quickly, so that I don't end up with my counties split, but I can use them to... Right, so I've built another feature on the Eye of London, but that's fine. I'm not going to build anything more until I've got some more stuff. By stuff, Watchtower network might not be a bad thing. 10% on my levies.
I think that's 10% on the levies raised in this county.
Yes, but that is my major holding. Right, granddaughter, let's arrange betrothal. Do we get anyone good? Good lord, they're a bit useless. Well, he's okay. Also, I'm slowly...
What's her unfortunate contract?
Yeah. changed that.
It's suggesting you could press the same on Novgorod when I think you've got a non-aggression pact with them now by marriage.
It's possible. Oh, the Pope has died. Long live the Pope. Oh dear, I'm ill.
Well, you were planning to start a war in 3 days' time.
It's true. I'm just going to see if I can cheer up my vassals a bit ahead of going to war. Did WSU's Master of Force? Currently extremely happy with me. Right, okay. Right, I think that's all. Right, new year, new danger. Right, let's improve diplomatic relations with England on German principles. Now, let's try going to war with Karelia. Hang on, let's go and check that so they've got a pact with them. Okay. Press on plates. Send. Turn time down.
That's far more than you.
You say that. Please to remember the terrible problem that we normally have around here.
The sovereign view, so that you can actually, no, that's only effects. That's not really work on states.
Don't want the army.
You may have to zoom in to the point where you can see it. You've raised them somewhere else.
I think I have raised them somewhere else.
Cumbria should have a decent fleet.
Cumbria don't have a decent fleet. Let's embark you. No, let's leave you where you are. Let's take you over there because you definitely fit.
You raise them somewhere else as well.
Probably. Yeah, but any levies
I
there.
think they've raised in the capital, which is the first county you gave me.
It's true. So, right, you lot. How close can we get to Korea? Place? That's then, like, not very many counties to walk through. And again, let's zoom out one notch. Grab the fleet. Above that. Grab that fleet. Go there. Grab that fleet. I know what's going. Grab that fleet. Go there. Right. Now people are leaving the defensive pact.
Well, because you're starting to annoy your vassals.
That's true. Good. Okay, right, yes. Well, the fleet's in the right place. I just have a small problem that I need to get some people to get to the fleet. Glue you up together, stuff you on a ship, set you over there. You lot, get on a ship, go. Jihad for Anatolia. Wow. He's calling in his mates, which is what we expected. Right, you lot are getting there. Go bung on the ship. Okay, going to the Baltic. Scottish Civil War for Gavelkind. Whatever. You guys work it out. It's not what I wanted you to do. Instead, actually, let's glue you lot together. Let's send you over there.
What was the idea to glue the fleet together?
My plan is to basically send most of this lot away and instead keep this big fleet. You. Not there. Let's also try and find my siege leader. Right, I'm not going to be nasty to my son. I'm not imminently. Oh. Fortunately, by the time I'd shipped everyone over here, it wasn't winter anymore. Fortunately, also I have some good commanders. Of course, the tedious bit would be getting everyone home. And I can't just go and invade Novgorod either.
Well, you don't have to get your troops home at least.
It's true. I just have to get the ships back. Okay. You down there. Try to keep it so that everyone's not completely. Let's claim on Valencia. Brilliant. Right. Fine. I think my plan on this is to ignore it until I've won this war, and then dismiss all these troops and re-raise them somewhere else. Let's glue you lot together.
You have now an idle army.
Oh yes, so I do. Oh no, there's a fourth province. Let's send them to the fourth province. Although that does mean I'm going to have to walk them back a bit in order to get troops to Valencia. Still, I have ships actually, I can just spat them back on a ship. Just make sure I land them somewhere appropriate. Oh, we're at 44% of the score. They're just sitting there looking at us because our armies are quite big. Okay, that's not a disaster in terms of armies, even though the king is leading it. No. Right, under no circumstances should I be leading the army right now. Because if I die, then I lose my claims, and then this would all have been a bit pointless. Come on, besiege faster. Oh look, they sort of slightly ran away from us. Not entirely surprising. So what I might do is well, let's win the war. While we're besieging things, let's go and do that. Make the lights flash faster. Make the lights flash faster. So, places we've got to besiege, just the one there. So let's go and have a quick war for some war score. Let's not. Let's release the peace otter. Peace otter. Yes. Right. So, you lot can be disbanded straight away. You lot get over there. You lot get over there. And indeed you lot get over there. Can't really afford usurpation again. Let's disband that unit and disband that unit. Oh dear. Expand you. And disband you. Yeah. So that's his land, and so he wants to say, can we raise
Or you could march them over land and have them not turn up with half strength. As in,
Well,
you could just march all the way from.
They could, but that will take forever, and we'll get close enough quite quickly, I think. They'll improve their morale as they wander through where it was the poem was about. Yeah, that's true. Get on the ship. Get over here. Oh look, that's 8 million people joining the defensive pact. Oops.
Well, you've just taken some territory a long way from all the rest of your territory.
That's the one.
So lots of people now find themselves quite close to England than they weren't previously.
Yes, what I was looking for, while I remembered, was to find France, claimants, and honestly, you lot. Let's go find Toledo. Let's go find I'm going for anyone with slightly do I have claims in Galicia? Yes, I already do, so Galicia.
The problem with most of Iberia is that everyone has cultural ties that,
Yes.
and that they're automatically allied with one another.
So Novgorod. Not
You had one question, didn't you? Shouldn't that betrothal, or is the betrothed on your side so?
I think the betrothed on
distant
my
from
side
you
is
that-
so distant that so Novgorod is a possibility. Always part of the defensive pacts.
If they wait posted in the post office and they send me the wrong thing, is it their fault or is it
I don't know.
Anyway, I go to the post office in the morning. If you want to go to the co-op, I can do so.
Okay, let's land him. Also fixes my one type of holding in demean problem. And someone else I've invited to let's grant him the landed title. Right. There we are. That's successfully given me some more weak claim scum, which I might be able to pursue once I'm out of this random war with whoever the hell it is I am in a war with, which is some random guy. Just some guy, you know. Someone joins court, someone leaves court. In fact, it's the same people shuttling back and forth across Europe. Right. I'm terribly sorry, people. You're going to have to get used to being seasick. Let's send you off to improve diplomatic relations with Scotland. Because I have just taken a big hit there, what with having troops raised all the time. Right, off we go.
Are those suitably organised armies?
Those are not particularly suitable organised armies. Well, let's try and be Anglo-Saxon. I mean, this is kind of...
You only rule Normans because your predecessor brought a bunch of Normans into Middlesex.
Yep.
The whole of the rest of England is firmly Anglo-Saxon.
That's the one. Oh, well. At least I found their army. Hopefully they'll arrive soon. Close enough, I think. I hope. I like needing Crown Authority. You can do that. Okay. So now, what are we doing? We are besieging somewhere. Let's glue those armies together and put my siege leader in charge of the wings. Right. Let's send you back. In the wrong bloody view. Send you back over there because that's big enough fleet to take everybody home several times over. And sit here and besiege this place. Right, let's improve that not. Let's dismiss you. Aha! Right, yes, well, Jerusalem. We like Jerusalem.
Last time you did manage to install, to actually be the biggest contributor to the
It's
crusade.
true, we did.
Okay, what is Morag's second trait from the left? Impaler, right.
Go on. I have to legitimise her at some point.
You have to do that before you die.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So I'm back to being zealous again. Right, anyway, so... Doesn't seem to affect her status as Crusader, which is very important. Yes, I think my plan is to finish this war and then probably save and stop for the night, because I don't think there's time to do a crusade. On the plus side, I do now have some territory that is at least nearer the Holy Land. Because I think I've still got that bit over near Byzantium somewhere. And I've got this bit in Spain, which, you know, means I have to do far less sailing.
Except that you can't raise very many of your troops on this side.
It's true, but I can raise some, and there is quite a bit of first mover advantage.
Yes.
Oh, the Supreme Court has thrown out the Texas thing.
Good. Presumably, they said in legal language, for taking the piss.
It's denied for lack of standing under Article 3 of the Constitution. Texas has not demonstrated a judicially cognizable interest in the manner to which another
Taking
state
the piss.
conducts its elections. All of the pending motions are dismissed as moot.
Yep, I think that is the judicial version of
It's
saying
not as,
you're taking.
not as brief as the one-line thing from the other day.
No. Yeah. So, why are you going to war? Amu's claim on Valencia. Oh, I've got 100% war score.
You've just closed the window with the offer peace button.
Oh, stoked. Force of habit. Right, let's walk you lot back into the sea. At least you've only got
You should add to your list of demands and a ferry home.
No. Well, the problem is he doesn't even have a coastal port.
True.
I don't even know what he was playing at. You know, trying to, you know, he didn't even bother to go and invade. He just said, "Oh, claim would be
nice." Probably just
nice."
have let that one time out.
Yeah.
Like, the same way that you lost the war against the Holy Roman Empire, essentially, by never managing to actually occupy the territory.
It's true.
I mean, also by losing a bunch of battles, but like you were at minus 70% war score for failing to occupy the territory.
It's true. That is outrageously expensive. That is a very expensive philosopher. Anyway. And all the fuss about Jordan Peterson, I'm not sure philosophers are worth that much anyway. Right, I think it is time to save and stop. Let's just briefly zoom out and check that I do still have, yep, that small bit of England over there, completely surrounded by Seljuk Turks. And a little bit of England in southern Spain. Rather discontinuous bits of England in southern Spain, but maybe my vassals will sort that out. At some point I'd like to prosecute more stuff in Ireland in order to try and actually get the Kingdom of Ireland, but you know, not everything can happen. Oh yes, and I've got two bits over there in Kem and Pomorye. Giving me some weak claim scum. Right, well, let us save in the stoat. Save in the stoat. And go and snooze, and then tomorrow I shall make Christmas puddings. I'm stopping the stream now. Goodbye.